The last big AAA release is finally upon us, at least for the early access crowd. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is ready and raring to go on your chosen console, at least of the Xbox variety. You can play it on the X or the S, I guess, which is kind of crazy when you compare and contrast that to the PC requirements that are out there. And bro, this is really bad, because even Bethesda fans underneath the official gold checkmark post are absolutely roasting these requirements, because it's real bad. And it's crazy, right? Because this should theoretically be like one of the big tentpole releases of the year. There's a unique level of apathy surrounding this game. Maybe it's due to the fact that this is on the heels of Dialysis of Destiny. Lucasfilm has never been so cold as a company, and Bethesda in general has done their damnedest to make this as obscure as shit. But couple that with, the most popular way to play a game in today's day and age on PC, and you need a very high-end machine, not just to max this out, but to even just play it, okay? Minimum requirements: low settings, 1080p, targeting 60 FPS, meaning that, it'll probably sit somewhere comfortably in the high 40s, mid 50s. Great. You need an Intel i7 10700K. Oh my god. AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 16 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 2060. Holy crap. And that's just on the low end. Oh yeah, and 120 gigabytes of SSD required, by the way. Okay. View hardware ray tracing required, graphic preset. Yeah, that's just for low. You want to max this bitch out, okay? You want to go full ray tracing requirements, you want to go ultra, you need an RTX 4090. You need a $3,000 $3,000 graphics card. Not to mention the 2 to 3K you'd be dropping on a CPU as well. And that'll get you 60 FPS, maybe, if they're feeling lucky. This is unoptimized shit, okay? We've seen the gameplay. I've seen the cinematics. They aren't that special. This game is not doing anything that would require a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 PC. Absolutely not. And yeah, people are roasting the shit out of this, okay? Because I guess depending on where you can get it, okay, a $2,100 aftermarket third-party, 4090, yeah, what are we doing? But yeah, you could go ahead and get you could get an Xbox. That'd be great. Yeah, 4K RTX with 4090 targeted FPS. Yeah, 60 frames per second with DLSS. Worst optimization ever. Yeah, this is with frame generation. Yeah, exactly. So it's not even native 4K. These are old schemy behind the scenes in-engine AI stuff. It's like, yeah, this game wouldn't be top 5 best looking game if it was released in 2022. How is this in any way acceptable? And people are pointing out this is also using the same engine. MachineGames is using the same engine that id did for Doom Eternal, and that thing looks 1,000 times better than what they're doing. But holy crap. And apparently Bethesda, yeah, they don't really want to hear it, because as Zaz has pointed out, yeah, in their official launch trailer, they've disabled likes and dislikes, because this game is going to come out, and if you like it or not doesn't really much matter, because their success or their failure can be hidden behind Game Pass numbers. And oh yeah, to just really underpin the lack of hype surrounding this game, nobody's even been allowed to review the game, and reviews would have just dropped earlier this morning on the outset of the early access. If you already paid for the game, then you know if you've made a wise decision. This is bonkers stuff. Some of the most anti-consumer shit that you are likely to ever see. But yes, Xbox blocking reviews of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle until game goes into advanced access, which is, dropping today. MachineGames, Bethesda Softworks, and Xbox are blocking reviews of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle until the game goes into advanced access. James Lara of MP First reports that he and the website were given a review copy, and that the official embargo to publish reviews of the game does not go live until the game goes into advanced access. Lara wrote, "For those wondering exactly when the review embargo lifts for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, we can confirm the reviews will go live starting December 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Yo, I'm going to go ahead and put this one early, so yeah, you guys are going to be able to watch this coverage before the game even goes live. That is wild. Holy crap. The day that you get access to it is the day that you can find out if it's worth your time. Jesus. To be clear, according to the Steam support, advanced access is not a unique model of development for the game. It's simply an opportunity to play the game before it fully releases on Steam. Yeah, this is basically paywalling your release date and then just, kicking it out. I think it officially goes live, the December 8th. Yeah, it goes live on Monday. As the official Steam page for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle makes it clear that the game will go into advanced access 3 days ahead of the full release. For anyone who purchases Indiana Jones and the Great Circle Premium Edition for the low price of $100, given the game releases to everyone else who does not purchase the Premium Edition on December 8th. It means that advanced access begins on December 5th, the same day the review embargo will be lifted. That's so wild. The fact that this game is not allowing reviews to go live until the game goes into advanced access is likely not a good sign for the game's quality and content, which, yeah, I've talked about quite a bit, and the fact that this looks like and has been hinted that it's going to be a big old bait and switch with another girl boss coming in and actually being a better Indiana Jones than Indy could have possibly thought of being. This is just a little bit more of a gut punch because this is also supposed to be set between Raiders and Crusade. So theoretically, Indy should be at his absolute peak, but no, he's got some Italian girl boss running around telling him how to actually be a better archaeologist. The game already does not appear to be shaping up well sales-wise, despite the game going into advanced access in just 3 days, well, within a couple of hours on this one. Can't quite confirm exactly where it sits on the sales charts right now, but yeah, as it sits right now, looks an awful lot similar, or rather, yeah, bears a striking resemblance to a certain Dragon Age game that dropped a couple of weeks ago. And how's that doing right now? Interesting. Yeah, just 3 days, the game is currently 179th on Steam's top seller list. And of course, yeah, that's all couched in the fact that this is a part of Game Pass. So yeah, we could take a look at the abysmal sales. Ultimately, what this is going to produce, the low player count on Steam, but we're never going to fully know the extent to which people are outright rejecting this. We're just going to simply have to wait for the people to play it. And yeah, I've already heard that a couple of reliable sources, yeah, they're going to be playing this game, and it's going to be an interesting one to track. And I'm sure there's going to be a fair few people checking in on this one because yeah, Indiana Jones has been long suffering, bro. So while I'd like for this to be good, because yeah, I like Indiana Jones, you know, the trilogy is great, and then there's those couple of fan films that nobody really regards, but it's one of the better Hollywood trilogies to come out, and the fact of the matter is, those movies are collectively older than I am. Like, Last Crusade came out in '89 before I was born. I've got great reverence for this. For comparison, yes, the Veilguard had 68,378 total followers, don't want to sell it short, 379 total followers 10 days before it went on sale, October 31st. Veilguard also happened to be listed at 46th on Steam's top sellers and was 28th in the wish list. And yeah, ended up, you know, rocketing right up to the top on the weekend of release. But after that, how well did it hold on to that audience? Oh, right. That's well trodden ground. But here's the thing, right? Well, Dragon Age the Veilguard, for whatever it was a big sprawling 20, 30 hour RPG. What is this ultimately going to be? Okay, like, we barely know. We've seen some gameplay that's out there, and it's all first-person, hand-to-hand, whip-based parkour bullshit that looks exactly like a knockoff attempt at Mirror's Edge that there was in the early 2010s. Like, Mirror's Edge, it wasn't my cup of tea, okay? That parkour first-person crap never really jived with me. If you're going to be doing platforming, it better be in third person, it better be side-scrolling. Outside of that, I don't really care. If I'm being Indiana Jones, I want to be tomb raiding, I want to be engaged in first-person combat, I want to do, yeah, some melee takedowns. The stuff that MachineGames is actually quite good at. But no, they just decided to kneecap themselves by going, actually, Indy shouldn't be relying on his gun, and he should be doing some wonky pre-canned animations, because what exactly are they focusing on? 4 hours of cutscenes. Oh my god, bro, if your game's not, like, okay, my favorite game, my actual favorite piece of media to come out in 2024, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I would imagine if you put all of those cutscenes, especially in the story, I'm not even taking into account all of the side stuff that's out there, which there is a lot. There is a lot. That's a game, even if you just mainline the story, that's like 50 plus hours. And because the review embargo's out right now, we don't know how long this game is. But MachineGames, like, just going back and comparing it to the original Wolfenstein, like a dozen hours, and you got 4 hours of cutscene. Oh, what are we doing? Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is by far the biggest and longest game that MachineGames have ever done, with nearly 4 hours of cutscenes. Well, that's great. I guess it has some potential as being the fourth best Indiana Jones movie. Modern Wolfenstein developer, MachineGames is taking some big swings with a new project in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That includes the game's scope. Indy's adventure is apparently going to be the lengthiest game the studio has ever put together. By far, this is the biggest and longest game the MachineGames has ever done. Creative director Axel Torvenes said in a rapid-fire interview session with MinMax. He doesn't get specific about the exact hour count, but according to How Long to Beat, Wolfenstein: The New Order, and Wolfenstein 2 clocked in at around, yes, the 11 to 17 hour, and New Order, yeah, I would say, yeah, it was about 12 to 15 hours. The playthrough that I did way back in the cut when that first came out, I love that game. I still remember a lot of the story beats out of there. It was around that same time where you probably had your last vestige of truly classic games coming out, but we're so far removed from that now. Asked about how many hours of cutscenes are in the game, he was far more liberal with that information. Torvenes says there's roughly 3 hours and 40 minutes or something along those lines, and that's a lot. Yeah, it is. That's roughly in line with the non-interactive parts of Wolfenstein 2, and as YouTube supercuts and the game's cutscenes run between 3 and 4 hours depending on the fan who's done the editing. And yeah, that's not great because Wolfenstein 2 is shit. Its gameplay is fine-ish, but it's not enough of a step up from the New Order to justify your overindulgent storytelling, which is apparently what we're going to be getting here. And bro, I want it to be good. I just don't think it's going to be good. 2024 has been the year of overall disappointments, and I think that this is just, it's tough, because I didn't really have high expectations, especially after seeing that rainbow shirt bedecked dork that's working on this game coming out and saying that it's going to be for the modern audience. But here's the thing, maybe it will be for the modern audience, taking a look at the Steam numbers, because guess what? Nobody's going to be buying it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.